runners, I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I'm back, ready to make more reviews. And if you haven't noticed already, the name of this channel has changed, and that's because I currently do not work at Flying Feet Sports Shoes anymore. So I have changed the name because I used to do the reviews under Flying Feet Sports Shoes name. Now I'm doing it under For the Runners because these reviews are for you guys. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be buying your running shoes from Flying Feet Sports Shoes anymore. They still give great prices, great service, overall just a great store. I still get all my shoes from there. Still have a great relationship with them. So let's get into our review today. Today we're reviewing the Saucony Kinvara 9s. I've ran in the 8s in the past, and before those I ran in the 7s. Overall, it's definitely my favorite running shoe. So let's get into what's different, what's similar. Let's do it. Kind of regret keeping these on. Now that I take them off and have cold feet because it's 35 degrees out, but we're doing it. So let's get into some tech specs of these new shoes. I believe they're slightly lighter than the 8s, sitting at 7.5 ounces. I mean, it's terribly not that different. It's probably a point whatever ounces different, but it is lighter, which is a good thing. That's a big plus. Thank you, Saucony. Also, the drop is going to be the same at full millimeters. The difference though is the cushioning slightly different as far as stack height goes. So now, forget what the 8 was. It's probably in my other review of the 8, but the 9s now sit at 23 millimeters in the heel and 19 millimeters in the forefoot. Also, this shoe is actually voted Editor's Choice, Runner's World magazine. So, I mean, if that's already not convincing you to go get a pair and try it for yourself, I don't know what does. No, I mean, taking that aside though, they are very good running shoes. I might be a little biased just because it's my go-to shoe every year, but still, it's a lot being said that they got voted Editor's Choice. And still uses, I believe, the same EVA midsole, that EVA Plus, which is very responsive, soft, and has high energy return. This one definitely has more than the 8. If that's kind of what you were looking for, you could just leave the review if you're like, hey, just needed more energy return. Got it. All right, good. Let's go. No, but quite honestly, this does have more energy return. I definitely feel less of that squishy sensation like we did in the 8, more of that firm, responsive feel, which in my opinion I like. I know there's a lot of people that probably like that firm, squishy marshmallow feel. Personally, in my opinion, I mean, I don't mind that. I just prefer that firm, yet still cushioned, responsive feel. That's what I look for, that's what I go to. So they changed the upper. They're marketing it as being super lightweight, super breathable, all that stuff. Like they usually would with their lightweight neutral shoe, which this is considered to be a lightweight neutral running road shoe. But quite honestly, like looking at the shoe, it looks bulkier. Not by much, but it looks a little bit bulkier than the 8. But after like putting it on, I get the whole marketing is lightweight. The mesh is different. It's a little bit thicker, but it feels lighter. It's weird. You definitely feel more comfortable though, and I think that was the whole point of making it kind of this 2-layer mesh. I think fit also a tad bit more snug. So if you like the way the 8s feel, you like that little bit of width this one gives. This one, it's not tight. It's not like tighter. It just feels a little more snug. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have like a little bit of a wider foot, this might be a little bit too tight for you. Also, the heel has changed a little bit. So they now have this woven material in the back, which the biggest difference from the other models is that it makes it a lot more stiff. So to start, when you get the shoe, try it on right out of the box, definitely you notice that it's very stiff and it's like form-fitting to your foot. It's definitely stiff in the heel, which took me a little bit of getting used to. It was not a bad thing, but it's also like not like super like lightweight, like don't feel it on your foot kind of feeling. It's not uncomfortable, you're not gonna get a blister, you're not gonna be worrying about it, but it's different. So that's just something to keep in mind. In my opinion, I really like the change in the upper. I like how it feels, I like the difference, I like that extra padding, I like the snugness, I like the flex film better. You still get the Pro Lock. Saucony, just get rid of the Pro Lock. It doesn't do anything. It's now that I brought the Pro Lock up, it is slightly more elasticated, so I guess it doesn't get in the way as much. I don't know. It's slightly stretchier. This one was just kind of plastic. I mean, if you really have that big of a problem with lockdown, it probably helps, but other than that, it doesn't do much. Also, I like the change in the cushioning as far as the stack height goes. I like to be able to feel the road a little bit more, to get that more responsive firm sensation. With also having the slight cushion, I definitely notice it to be softer in the heel than it is in the forefoot. I've heard people say the opposite, but for me, I get that firm, responsive energy return in the forefoot, and then when I'm like going down hills and stuff, and when I'm really planting on my heel, when you're getting tired and stuff, it's definitely squishy. That's what I like in a running shoe, so for me it's perfect, but for other people they might be looking for the opposite. It's up to you. You're the runner. Get what your feet agree with. Get what's good. Also, I do like the heel and the stiffness and how it supports your ankle. It definitely keeps you kind of more stable as far as your heel movement goes, which I liked, but that also like rounds right into my dislikes. I didn't like how stiff it was at first. It is something that goes away, but just being nitpicky about it, it definitely comes off as like a little bit stiff. My only other dislike with this shoe is that they took away some of the rubber elements on the outsole. And typically this shoe doesn't have that much rubber on the outsole. It's one of the key like durability flaws to the shoe. If you're buying this shoe, you know that. You know it's not gonna be the most durable shoe. But they took away the rubber on the outer part of the shoe. I haven't worn enough to know if that really causes a huge difference in durability, but they also took a little bit away in the heel. It's more of just like this rubber indentation now, rather than it being rounded and really at the heel. But other than that, it's really not much different. Saucony, just get rid of the Flow Pro. Well guys, that's all I have for this review. If you like this video, let me know, give me a thumbs up, and pound that like button. And if you want to see any more videos, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna have more in the future. I have 2 planned. One's another Saucony shoe, the other one's Adidas. So make sure you subscribe to see those, and have a great day. Peace.